July 29th, 1976. The city that never sleeps was restless, its streets alive with the hum of summer. A sweltering summer night in New York City. The heat was oppressive, making the air feel like a thick, suffocating blanket. The air, thick and heavy, seemed to cling to everything, making even the simplest movements feel laborious. Donna Lauria, 18, and Jody Valenti, 19, sit in Jody's car. They were enjoying a moment of respite, a break from the relentless heat, a light inside illuminating their laughter. They were unaware of the danger lurking in the shadows, their joy a stark contrast to the darkness outside. A shadow falls across the car, a stranger. His presence, menacing and foreboding, sent a chill down their spines. He speaks, his voice a low growl. Then, gunshots. The sound echoed through the night, a violent interruption to the city's usual symphony. Screams swallowed by the night. The city, usually so vibrant, seemed to hold its breath. Donna and Jody never saw the face staring back at them through the shattered car window, their laughter forever silenced. The car, once a sanctuary, now a scene of horror. The killer vanished into the humid night, leaving behind 2 young lives extinguished and a city about to be consumed by fear. This was the start, the beginning of a nightmare. The first act in a horrifying play that would grip New York City for the next year. A city on edge, its residents living in constant fear. No one knew the killer's name. The police were baffled, the public terrified, but a name would come, whispered in fear. A name that would soon be on everyone's lips, the son of Sam. A name that would become synonymous with terror. The city was a tinderbox, and the son of Sam had struck the match. Fear spread like wildfire through the 5 boroughs. Every shadow seemed to hold a threat. Every stranger, a potential killer. His targets, young women, often with long dark hair. His weapon, a .44 caliber revolver. His motive, unknown. The uncertainty, the randomness amplified the terror. The city held its breath, waiting for the next strike. The police worked tirelessly, but the son of Sam was always one step ahead. He was a phantom, a whisper in the dark. But whispers have a way of becoming screams. New York, in the grip of the son of Sam, was a city transformed. Gone was the city's legendary vibrancy. The streets were quieter, emptier after dark. Parks, once teeming with life, stood eerily deserted. Women, especially young women, lived in fear. They cut their hair short, hid in groups, avoided going out alone at night. The city felt cursed, held hostage by an unseen terror. The once bright lights of the city, now dimmed by fear, seemed to reflect the despair that had settled over New York. But even in the darkest of times, hope flickers. The police, though frustrated, were determined to catch the son of Sam, and they were about to get some unexpected help. The son of Sam wasn't content with just killing. He craved notoriety, yearned for the spotlight. He began leaving letters taunting the police, the media, the city itself. His words, scrawled in a chilling hand, were filled with delusions of grandeur, bizarre ramblings, and a twisted sense of humor. He signed them Son of Sam. These letters, chilling as they were, provided a glimmer of hope. They offered a glimpse into the mind of a madman, a trail, however twisted, for the police to follow. The city waited with bated breath, hoping that these letters would lead to the monster who haunted their nights. Section 5, a Maab Penpal. One letter in particular sent shockwaves through the city, reverberating through the streets and into the hearts of its residents. The son of Sam, in his own warped way, had chosen a confidant, a chronicler of his crimes, someone who could give voice to his twisted thoughts. He chose Jimmy Breslin, a renowned journalist known for his gritty, streetwise reporting, a man who had his finger on the pulse of the city. Breslin, thrust into this macabre correspondence, found himself in a unique and terrifying position, balancing the public's right to know with the potential danger of giving a platform to a killer. He published the letters, fueling the son of Sam's need for attention, yet also providing valuable insight to the police and terrified public alike. Each letter was a piece of a dark puzzle, a glimpse into the mind of a madman. The letters, published in the daily news, became grim milestones in the city's nightmare, each one a chilling reminder of the terror lurking in the shadows. Each one brought dread, but also a sliver of hope, a hope that the next letter might contain the clue needed to end the horror. The more the son of Sam revealed, the closer the police hoped to get, piecing together the fragments of his identity and his motives. The game of cat and mouse was intensifying, the stakes higher than ever, with the entire city watching and waiting, desperate for an end to the nightmare. Section 6. Fame's grim embrace. The son of Sam was getting what he craved, fame. His name was on everyone's lips, his face plastered across newspapers and television screens. Every detail of the case, every chilling excerpt from his letters, was devoured by a public both horrified and strangely captivated. The NYPD, feeling the immense pressure to catch this phantom, assembled a massive task force. They chased down countless leads, interviewed thousands of people, all while the body count continued to rise. The pressure was immense, the frustration palpable, but amidst the chaos and fear, a break was coming, one that would come from the most unexpected of places. Section 7. A parking ticket to justice. August 10th, 1977. The son of Sam claimed his last victim, Stacy Moskowitz, in Brooklyn. The city was gripped with fear, and the police were under immense pressure to catch the elusive killer. Her companion, Robert Violante, was also shot, but miraculously survived. His survival provided crucial eyewitness testimony that would later aid the investigation. The city held its breath, waiting, praying for this nightmare to end. The streets were empty at night, and the air was thick with anxiety and dread. Days later, a seemingly insignificant event occurred. A police officer doing his routine rounds issued a parking ticket for a minor violation. This parking ticket, issued for a minor violation, would prove to be the key to unlocking the mystery that had terrorized New York. It was a small piece of paper that would lead to a major breakthrough. The car belonged to David Berkowitz, a seemingly ordinary postal worker. He blended into the fabric of the city, unnoticed and unremarkable. Berkowitz's name had surfaced during the investigation, but it was the parking ticket that placed him at the scene of the Moskowitz shooting. This connection was the missing link the police needed. When the police searched his car, they found the .44 caliber revolver, the son of Sam's calling card. This crucial piece of evidence confirmed their suspicions and solidified the case against him. The nightmare was finally over. The city could breathe a collective sigh of relief, knowing that the terror that had haunted them for so long had come to an end. Section 8. Silence falls over New York. The arrest of David Berkowitz sent shockwaves through New York and beyond. The boogeyman, the monster that had haunted their nights, was an unassuming-looking man who lived among them. Berkowitz's trial was a media frenzy. Deemed mentally competent, he was sentenced to 25 years to life for each of his 6 murders. The son of Sam, who had craved fame, was now destined to spend the rest of his life behind bars. With Berkowitz behind bars, a collective sigh of relief swept through New York. The city that never sleeps could finally rest a little easier. The nightmare was over, but the scars of the son of Sam's reign of terror would forever remain etched in the city's memory.